Measures of center by Sky Gothier. What is measure of center? Measure of center is a number that is used to describe a normal value from a dataset. What are the three kinds of measures of center? Mean, median, and mode. First, let's start with the mean. The mean is the average of all the numbers in the dataset. To find the mean, you need to add up all the numbers from the dataset. Step 2 is to divide the number of numbers you added by. If you follow these 2 steps, you will find the mean correctly. Finding the mean would be most useful if there are no outliers in the dataset. One way to remember mean is that mean people like to hang out with their mean friends when we added the numbers together, but teachers like to split them up when we divided the numbers. Let's see this in action. Okay, so this is the first example. So the question is, find the mean of all the data values. So we're going to start with question 1. So the first thing that you have to do is just add up all the numbers. So there's a very good strategy is to just add them by 2s. So like that, group them so that you won't get confused. So 15 plus 14 is 29. 15 plus 17. So sometimes when you can't find the answer on the top of your head, you just go to the side and do that. Then once you have this, then you just add up all these together because it's easier to add with less numbers. So I'm just going to go to the side and I'm going to add 29 plus 32 plus 32 plus 12. So this would be 6, and then this would be 15. And then 3, 9, 10. So you would get this, but this wouldn't be your mean because you would still have to divide the number that you got by the number of values there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have to go to the side and divide 105 by 7. So the mean would be So that is how you find the mean. So now let's move on to example 2. Example 2. Okay, so for this next one, you're just going to first add. So this is example 2. So 10 plus 5 is 15. 3 plus 2 is 5. 12 plus 18 is 30. And 4 plus 6 is 10. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to add up all these numbers together. So 5, 6, 60. So now you're going to divide 60 by how much numbers there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 60 divided by 8. So you're just going to go to the side and start dividing. Anyway, so after you divide, you get 7.5. So the mean would be 7.5. Pause this video if you want to answer these questions about mean on your own. The answer for number 1 is 18, the answer for number 2 is 12, and the answer for 3 is 14. Main points about the mean. The mean is the average of all the numbers. To find the mean, you need to add up all the numbers, then divide by the amount of numbers there are. Finding the mean would be most useful when there are no outliers. Let's talk about the median. The median is the middle number of an ordered data set. To find the median, you need to order the data values from least to greatest. Then you need to cross out pairs of numbers. Step 3 is, if you have one number left, circle it, and that number would be your median. If you have 2 numbers left, add them together and then divide by 2 to find the number in between, which would be your median. If you follow these steps correctly, you will be able to find the medium successfully. Finding the medium would be best if there are outliers and no big gaps in the middle of the dataset. One way to remember medium is that medium sounds similar to the word medium, and to find the medium, you need to find the middle number. Let's see this in action. Okay guys, so for this next one, I'm going to be finding the median for question number 1. So the first thing that you have to do is you're just going to put all these numbers in order. So 2 comes first. And while you do that, I suggest you cross out the numbers that you already did so that you won't get confused. Then comes 4. Then comes 5. Then comes 6. Then 7. Then 8. Then 10. So now after you have the numbers in order, you're just going to cross out from each side. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So the number in the middle would be 6, which means that the median for question number 1 would be 6. Example 2. So for this next one, this is example 2. So I'm just going to do the same thing. So I'm going to put these numbers in order. So first comes 7. Then I'm just going to cross it out as I go. Then comes 8. Then comes 9. Then 10. Then 12. Then 14. Then 15, and then lastly 17. So now that I have these in order, I'm just going to cross them out. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then obviously the answer is 11, but just to teach you guys like what I mean by that. So you're gonna, if you have 2 numbers in the middle, you're gonna add them together and then you're gonna divide. So 10 plus 12 is 22. Then you're gonna divide 22 by 2, which is 11. So when you think about it, 11 is the number in between. So you just cross out this, and then the median for question number 2 would be 11. Pause this video if you want to answer some questions about medium on your own. The answer for number 1 is 83, the answer for number 2 is 15, and the answer for number 3 is 52. Main points about the medium. The medium is the middle number of a data set. To find the medium, you need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest, then cross out pairs of numbers. The middle number is your medium. If there are 2 numbers, add them and then divide by 2. The medium would be best when there are outliers, and if there are no big gaps in the middle of the data set. Lastly, let's talk about the mode. The mode is the number that shows up the most in the data set. To find the mode, you need to order the numbers from least to greatest. The second step is to find the number that is repeated the most from looking at your numbers in order. The third step is just to circle your mode. If you follow these steps correctly, you will find the mode correctly. Finding the mode is most useful when the data set has almost the identical numbers. Sometimes there is no number repeated, so there is no mode. One way to remember the mode is that the beginning of the word mode kind of sounds like the word most, and to find the mode you need to find the number that's repeated the most. Let's see this in action. Okay guys, so for this next one we're going to be finding the mode. So the mode is the number that is repeated the most. So the first step is to just list these numbers in order. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, so now that you listed your numbers in order, you are just going to find out which ones repeated the most. So the 8s are repeated twice, the 7s are repeated 4 times, the 5 is repeated once, the 3 is repeated once, and the 2 is repeated 3 times, and the 1 is repeated once. So the 7 is repeated the most. So the mode for question number 1 would be 7. Example 2. Okay guys, so now this is example 2. So again, you're just going to list these numbers in order. Okay guys, so now that you've finished ordering your numbers, you could clearly see that no numbers were repeated, so that means that there was no mode. Pause this video if you want to answer some questions about the mode by yourself. The answer for number 1 is that there is no mode because no numbers are repeated. The answer for number 2 is 13. The answer for number 3 is 15. Main points about the mode. The mode is the number that is repeated the most. To find the mode, you need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest and then find the number that is repeated the most. Sometimes there is no mode, which means there was no number that was repeated more than once. The mode is most useful when there are many identical numbers. Now you know how to calculate the mean, median, and mode.